Roger, congratulations. You now face Robin Haase, his first Masters 1000 semifinal. Your thoughts about playing Robin and your thoughts about Robin coming back from a multitude of injuries to get to this point right now?
Yeah, first of all, I'm happy for him. We spent a lot of time on the player council together at the ATP level, so I know him well. We had a lot of good discussions about tennis politics for many years. We practiced a lot together as well in Dubai and here again this week. So we always chat a lot in the locker room and have good talks. I'm very happy for him that he's playing very well this week and achieved his first Masters 1000 semis. We actually spoke last year in Wimbledon together about his knee issue, and then I was having the knee issue. So we're just trying to compare his feelings and my feelings, because he was going through a rough patch before that as well, over a longer period of time than I did, and he also, I think, had surgery at one point. So I think we're both happy that we're doing well again. I'm looking forward to a tough match because he can serve very well, and he mixes up his tactics a lot, you know. Sometimes he tends to just roll the ball in and use the big serve, or he uses a slice a lot and comes in. So I don't quite know which Robin I'm going to get tomorrow yet, but as I have practiced with him quite a bit, maybe I am better prepared than if I would have never had hit with him before. So I'm looking forward to the match. Should be a good one.
Yes, Roger. I just wonder when Shapovalov beat Nadal, it put it on hold. They're going for the #1 ranking between yourself and Rafa. So do you think the young Canadian did you a favor last night? Or?
I think he did himself a favor. I think that's what counts there. For me, my mind's, I know I can't become world #1 here anyway, so I'm just playing Montreal for the tournament that it is, and I'm trying to win it for the first time in my career. So that's going to not change with Rafa going out. So world #1 for me was anyway something for later in the year. You know, now all of a sudden next week, maybe, obviously at the US Open, I think it's up for grabs for Rafa and myself, but I don't know if how much Rafa cares about the year-end #1, or if he just cares about getting back to it for a short while. I don't know about myself either. I mean, either way, it's big for either of us. Just to get back to world #1 once again in your career is a big deal, especially later in your life. So I think we'll just both try to stay healthy and keep going. And it's fun that it's being carried over now to Cincinnati, or then latest to the US Open, and even for the rest of the year. It's a good race, and it's exciting for tennis.
Hi, Roger. Just want to do a general segue into a discussion that's been around for quite some time among fans and media. 16 seeds versus 32 seeds of the majors. And you're probably one of the best people to answer that because you've played in both systems.
Yep.
Some of your former rivals like Rosé and Safin have said with 16 seed it was harder to get good results. And also from fans' point of view, we'll never see a Federer, Fognini or Nadal, Kyrgios on day 1 of a slam. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that 32 seeds are too many. I understand that before we had some rough draws, you know, when there were only 16 seeds. Back then we also had bonus points, you know, so the system was different. You could also argue, why do the top guys always need, top 8 guys need buys at Masters 1000s, but you know, I guess it was to protect somewhat all the players and spread them out better, rather than having everybody in one section and then having a really weaker section somewhere. I have no idea how it all came about, but at one stage it was decided at some sort of a level, and that's where we are today. I wish we would see some more best-of-5 set matches again at certain Masters 1000s or World Tour finals, in the finals for sure, because also there I came up and played best-of-5 set finals in Basel, in Vienna, in Gstaad, in Miami, Indian Wells. I mean, I played them everywhere, so I think it's a pity we don't have any at all anymore on the ATP level. So there's always a lot we can change. I don't think there's that much wrong with the game right now. We don't have to fix too much. But maybe one more thing you could argue also is that there's too many points on the winner's side. I think the gap between winner and finals and semis and quarters is too great when it comes to the points, because let's say you take the example of a slam, you know, winning is 2,000, a quarters is 360. I think that just the gap is just way too big between, because quarters is not a bad result, yet you're looking at the guy who won and you look like you didn't even play the tournament, you know. So it's for me, that's a bit too extreme, and maybe we could adjust that a little bit and just make it so it's not so brutally one-sided always that the points are starting from semis in tournaments. But it rewards the winners, and I'm all for that as well in some ways.
Roger, I think you already talked about this in French, so I apologize for that.
So then I won't answer, but go ahead.
Did you get to watch Shapovalov's match last night and Nadal's, and what were your thoughts on it, on how he played, the young guy?
I thought it was a fantastic match. Look, it was exhilarating for the crowd, for the fans watching on TV. For Canadian tennis, you know, that was cool to watch. I'm sure for a lot of kids, you know, to see that you can go beat your hero once if you train hard in your life and stay the course. So I thought it was great, from start to finish. I didn't expect it to be this way. I thought that Rafa was going to win in straights, but Dennis did a great job, and really happy for him. And you know, Rafa was all class, was great. So it's a good night for tennis in some ways.
Last one there.
He speaks both languages
Yeah,
too.
well, I understand you described Dennis yesterday as playing fearless. So I was just wondering, when were you fearless? What period? What time in your career do you think you were sort of fearless? I mean, probably not you're fearless now, but when you were young like that and sort of...
Yeah, same time, you know, also that whole 17, 18, 19, 20, I guess just, let's say the first 3 years on tour, you know, first 2 maybe, just because opponents don't quite know your patterns yet. They don't know what you're going to do. You don't know yourself what you're going to do. On the break point, are you going to make it and then go for it? Or you just say, you know what, let me just close my eyes for one and just go for it. And then maybe you shank one, and then the next one you just belt it. So, and then you're like, let's do that again next time around. And it works again. And you just, you know, fuel your confidence like that. But I've seen him do it many times, you know. I remember, I think I watched his semis at Junior Wimbledon against Tsitsipas, and he was in all sorts of trouble, and he just kept going for the biggest shots, you know, forehands and backhands and serves, and I couldn't believe it, what he was doing, you know. But I guess for him it's somewhat normal to do that. Obviously it's risky. It doesn't always pay off, because playing forward, doing that on court 4 against the journeyman is a different story than doing it on center court. We all know that, but not everybody can go up to that level, and it seems that Dennis has an extra gear. And I said it before this win, I like his game. I think he's going to be a wonderful player, and he seems to have a good attitude too. So it was a joy to watch.
Thank you.
Yep.